Sumter, South Carolina, welcome. I think you're ready.
Yes, sir. All right.
Proceed.
Judges, imagine a community, even better, a team that acts to strengthen the health of its own community. Okay, listen, picture a single mother, right? She's just working, doing life, taking care of her children, then boom, her laptop breaks. But a nonprofit just like mine, we connect her with a teammate, a computer store just around the corner, and they say, hey, no worries, it's on the team. Imagine that same single mother, right? Still doing life, taking the kids to school. What happens? Her transmission goes out. Another teammate, auto repair shop, he says, don't worry, it's on the team. You see, this is a real woman. She is living, breathing, and working in Sumter, South Carolina today. And this is only one of many stories that I could tell you in our community where people are receiving assistance through programs that provide food, shelter, water, clothing, job training, counseling, addiction. I could go on. Judges, this is Team Sumter.
Public assistance, low economic status, below poverty level. At a time, those words describe my family and I. You see, Team Sumter provided me with what I like to call my cheerleaders. Yes. These cheerleaders believed in me at times when I didn't believe in myself. Now, 5 years later, I'm working in a career that I truly love. Working in that same community that poured so much into me, I'm able to pour back into that same community. And guess what? That term no longer describes my family and I.
I participated in the Emerging Leaders Program. We had lots of hands-on sessions. We even did the finances in Sumter, which is a lot more than I expected. But now, as a high school senior, I'm serving on a board and helping my community.
My family rocks. The opportunities to explore career fairs, while in school, it makes me so excited about my future possibilities.
That's right, Kiki. See, judges, the bottom line is community wealth equals community health. See, it was back in 2008, the Sumter community, our neighbors, our family, our friends, we all got together and expressed a vision for a better community. Now, it was at this time that we realized if we were going to transform our community, we were going to have to work collectively as a group to break through the cycles of our past, just as swiftly as we broke through the banner to get on this stage today. Our primary goal was to increase our per capita income. To date, through our concerted efforts, we have seen our per capita income increase by 28%. That's right. Just like Shelley said, in less than 10 years, 28%. Now, we've brought a handful of our teammates here to share our story, and they represent more than 300 employers, government entities, educational institutions, and civic organizations, and a whole lot more. In short, we brought you Team Sumter.
Careers, credentials, paychecks, and products. This is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. In 2016, working with our local industry, we created a youth apprenticeship program to expand the workforce. Fast forward to this year, we celebrated Sumter's first youth apprenticeship signing day in which high school graduates receive their diplomas and a professional career. Just as we celebrate these graduates that receive college sports scholarships, we celebrate all career opportunities that set our youth up for economic independence. Moving forward, we are scaling up these efforts with our local technical college to increase employers and students for this coming year's signing day. We are in the business of turning diplomas into paychecks, and we are truly growing our own talent pipeline. Oh, and by the way, through our community partnerships, we now offer free post-secondary tuition to all Sumter students with at least a 2.0 GPA. Free!
I was a student who made good grades, but I didn't know what I wanted to do after school. It wasn't until I found the technical school opportunities that I found my calling. Now today, I have a professional career, I make good money, and I'm in the process of building my own house in the community that I love.
That's awesome, Zach. And speaking of houses, it reminds me of a story of retired Chief Master Sergeant Lefford Fate. You were telling me about houses. Come on.
In 1982, I was 17 years old. I went from my daddy's house to Uncle Sam's house. I spent 30 years in the military, and it was wonderful. I traveled all over the world, had an awesome time. But in 2012, it was time to retire. And that was a tough transition. You know, I didn't understand how to be a civilian. Heck, I didn't even know how to speak civilian. But the people in Sumter wrapped their arms around me and my family, and they supported me, and they gave me a chance to give my gifts and my opportunities, and they accepted this just like we were their own. I love Sumter, South Carolina. It's a great place. They take care of their veterans all the time, even during those tough transitions. I love Sumter, South Carolina.
That's right, Chief. I'm a veteran too. Anybody else?
Me too.
So in 2012, I was approaching retirement as American Airman as well. My family and I had many decisions to make, but especially, where are we going to live? Where are we going to call home? But it was, after we were assigned all over the world, we knew we could have settled anywhere. But it was at Shaw Air Force Base in Sumter that we were connected to and embraced by the local Sumter community and the many community partners. It was at that point we knew that Sumter was home. We would not just settle there, we would thrive there. In fact, there are 40 to 80 military families that transition out of Shaw Air Force Base each and every month. And just as my community did for me, we continue to connect these veterans and their families with real-life opportunities to help them prepare for their next steps and their socioeconomic success. Whether it is resume writing, career exploration, job placement, or even recreational activities. We have over 31,000 active duty veterans and their families living and working in the Sumter community today.
Tires, polymer fibers, medical devices, nutritional supplements, bearings. These are just a handful of the products that we manufacture in Sumter, South Carolina. And we are incredibly proud that what we make is exported all around the world. That's right, we cheer for that. But the one thing that we do not want to be known for is exporting our people. That's right. That's why businesses, just like the one that I work for, work strategically to partner with education, because we know that if we want to get better, we've got to work together. And education is everyone's responsibility in our community. To tell you a little bit about those partnerships, my friend Dr. Hunter is here. She is the principal of a local middle school.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's old school. It's creativity, STEM careers, engineering, science, technology. These are just a few words that describe the modern day classroom. In the past, the school stayed in their world and businesses in theirs.
But not anymore.
As a principal of a middle school, we now host university physics professors, business leaders, airmen, soldiers who not only expose our students to various careers, but teach alongside our teachers on topics like aerospace and engineering and robotics. This is far beyond reading, writing, and arithmetic.
And that's district-wide.
And that is all thanks to our business partners and the expertise of the Sumter community coming together instead of working separately.
That's right. That's right. Y'all, that is just one example of how all 26 of our local public schools are partnered with businesses and organizations that make a valuable difference in our community. I want to tell you another quick example. Our local hospital hosted a career fair, and they had these fifth graders come over for a field trip. Y'all, they were so excited. The hospital care workers were so excited that they lined the sidewalk outside the hospital, and they held pom-poms, and they cheered as the next generation of potential healthcare workers came in to learn more about jobs that would be waiting for them when they're ready to enter the workforce. Y'all, in Sumter, we know that we really are better together. We know that community wealth equals community health. That's right. And we know as business partners that we have to give more than just our check. We have to do more than that. We have to give our mind, we have to give our spirit, we have to give our heart, and we have to give our passion.
You said it, Kimberly. And judges, we're not arrogant enough to think that our city is perfect. But Team Sumter that you see on all of our shirts, Team Sumter is a mindset where we truly believe that when we rise together. We leave no one behind. Now, the stories that you've heard and the people who have shared them are just a few examples of how we're redefining what community health is in Sumter. We're excited for where we've come from. We're excited for where we are, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. And we really want to take a small moment of time to tell you thank you for giving us this opportunity and this platform to tell the story of Sumter, South Carolina. Team Sumter, hands in. Come on, y'all. 1, 2, 3.